So I know fella's mic is a little unclear, but I was listening very closely. So I'll try and reiterate what you shared. So you had a dream, and in this dream there was a healer, and they offered some healing, and then you asked how long would this process take, or this phase of your journey, I guess. And they said in 3 months you'll reach enlightenment. And so you're asking, how do you discern between just a regular ordinary dream or something really meaningful, like a sort of mystical experience? Am I right? You can just nod. Am I on track, fella? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is very interesting. It is true that during this process, one of the most clear signs that you're going through something pretty far out is that your dreams take on a whole different quality at times. And it's not something that's talked about too much, actually, but I like to say that this is a 24/7 process, and that at night it does not stop, it continues. You may find yourself shaking at night, waking up in cold sweats, but you also may find yourself having pretty interesting dreams where you're having very clear spiritual motifs, spiritual themes, visitations by deities, visitations by healers, visitations by animals, symbology. Maybe there's Egyptian symbology or Hindu symbology or Christian symbology, and you may have no correlation or relation with any of these, pantheons or paradigms. So these interesting things can come in the dreams. Of course, the dreams are a place where there's anything goes. There's no limitations, and so it's a great landscape for very interesting things to happen. But yes, we can sometimes be given very specific messaging down to how long certain things will take, or maybe we're given a specific date or a specific word or name or something, and it can sometimes drive us crazy. Was I just making this up? Was it in just a dream? Just, do I take it seriously? Do I not? Do I become attached to this? So in your case, fellow, do I become attached to this 3 month period? What if by the 3 months is over and I'm in a very difficult position? Do I doubt myself? Was the dream meaningless? It can cause a lot of distress. It's almost like, you're being, you feel like you're going crazy. In some respects, you could say, maybe you're like, you're gaslighting yourself, spiritual bypassing. So it's important that we take everything anybody says to us, including what comes in the dream, in a book, whatever it is, with a grain of salt, with open-minded skepticism. And so in the higher perspective, we always have to remember that we don't receive accurate information at all times. We receive the message that we need in the moment at all times. So maybe just to keep you going, to keep you in the game and from not giving up, you're told 3 months and you think, yeah, I can hang on for 3 months, and that keeps you going. And then 3 months comes and goes, and maybe you're still going through something difficult, but the message you received in the dream was what it took to get you to keep going. Maybe it's like that. I had a conversation with someone else who was given a very specific date for when they would, quote unquote, transition. So they interpreted this to mean maybe I'm going to die. Maybe I'm going to transition and die at this period because this message came with a specific date in a very clear mystical vision. So they prepared their will, they, got their affairs in order, and they were ready, quite literally, to pass away, to die. Well, that date came and something did happen, but they didn't die, but they went through a very specific spiritual transformation, a spiritual awakening, a sort of mystical death and rebirth process. And then it all made sense to them. So we are told very interesting things. We can't take it all at face value. You have to understand that some of this comes like poetry. Some of this comes in sort of roundabout ways just to keep us going on our journey. So I do hope that in 3 months that you become enlightened. I hope in 3 hours you become enlightened. I really do. But I would say don't become attached to any one particular thing. Just keep going on your journey because, hey, like they say, after enlightenment, you do the same things that you were doing before enlightenment. You still have to take care of your body, you still have to take care of your responsibilities, chop wood, carry water, you still have to practice, you still have to meditate, you still have to do all of those things. So the game doesn't really end. So you can keep that in mind. But yes, these interesting things can come and go in dreams. Just for the record here, it's important, maybe, for example, we don't tell people, hey, in 3 months, I'm going to be enlightened, because then 3 months can come and go, and then we have egg on our face, right? When, nothing really happened. So like that, these things can happen. Discernment is key. Remember that we are given the message that we need at the time. That's all it really means. It's what we need to hear at the time. So I hope that helps, and I hope that speaks to others that are having similar types of experiences.